Good evening and welcome into YSNLive.com's presentation of the regional finals for the OHSAA Softball Division I, as we have two of the best teams in the state of Ohio set to do battle here in Youngstown. It's the number one Austintown Fitch Falcons, who are without a loss on the season, take on the number 6 ranked Walsh Jesuit Warriors, who come in 16-6 this season. Both of these teams have been electrifying here in the playoffs, but Fitch has been a step above the rest, having not allowed a run since their first postseason match against Lakeside, a game in which they won 22-5. Since then, their next three opponents, all scoreless, they've been outscoring teams 15-0 over their last three playoff games. And out there on the mound, as always, for the Falcons is Sydney Watts. Perfect on this season, 18-0 with an ERA of 0.32. She has captained this Fitch side of the ball phenomenally, and she'll be taking on the Warriors lineup that's led off by Shauna Tepley, Zoe Schmidt, and Kaylee Shawless. And with that, our first pitch underway here from Youngstown State University, home of this Elite Eight matchup. First pitch taken high and away. It's ball one to begin it. I'm Alec Cabrera. You're watching Your Sports Network. Winner of today's matchup will take on the winner of the number 1 seed Lebanon and number 2 seeded Fairfield matchup. That game being played out at Mason High School, also going on right now. And pitch number 2 from Sydney Watts is going to be watched at as well, and it's a 2-0 count to begin the afternoon for Watts up there on the mound. Watts on the mound this season, 18 games, 17 complete games, 13 shutouts. She's had 6 no-hitters, 2 perfect games, and 245 strikeouts. Folks, she's a sophomore. This is one of the best pitchers in the state of Ohio, and she has been blossoming as of late. But now, down 3-0 in the count to the leadoff hitter in Tepley. Just looking to get on board here early on in the ball game as the Warriors look for an early advantage. Just 26 walks on the season in those 109 innings pitched. Not one to give up a walk very often. We'll see if she can fight back here. The 3-0 count, and there is one back. So strike one called for Sydney Watts, who has just been outstanding, and have a few young pitchers here in the Youngstown region that are going to be dominating over these next 2 seasons as well, and she is one of them. The other over at Champion. A couple of great pitchers in this region showing off here. Now the 3-1 pitch to Tepley, swung on and missed, and Watts starting to establish a rhythm now as she goes up into the count 3-2. Tepley taking a step out, got up in the count 3-0. Watts with a good comeback pitch, and then a swing and a miss from Tepley, and all of a sudden a full count to lead off today's ball game. Watts gets set. And time going to be called by Tepley at the plate. Watts just about ready to get into her motion, but a pause in the action. Tepley back into the box. Watts back now onto the rubber as well, and we are good for action. The payoff pitch coming from Sydney Watts. The full count is called. Strike 3, got her looking, and Sydney Watts collects strikeout number 246 to open up today's Elite Eight matchup between the Falcons and the Warriors. The only team that has been close to the Falcons this season were the Canfield Cardinals, a team that they tied twice on the season, 3-3 in their first matchup, 1-1 in their second matchup. No other teams had their shot to knock this group off. Berea Mid-Park was close. They held this offense to just 2 runs as the first pitch now to Zoe Schmidt is called for strike 1. They held this Fitch crew to just 2 runs, but Watts was locked down on the mound, didn't allow a single run in that matchup. Same with their game against Mentor 2 weeks ago. 2 runs in that one for the offense, but no runs allowed. Watts has just been spectacular in her last 3 starts. And now another swing and a miss. 0-2 to Zoe Schmidt. And she takes a quick lap before getting back into the box. A full house here at Youngstown State as the hills are full, as well as our grandstands to the left, right, and center. Everyone showing out. Around an hour drive from the folks from Cuyahoga Falls. Obviously not too far for the Austintown Fitch full, as they're liking what they're seeing. Sydney Watts back-to-back Ks to open the day here in the Elite Eight matchup. Can't do it any better than that, as now Kaylee Shawless, the last hope for the Warriors here in the opening frame, takes a look down to Coach Tony Scabelli, their third base coach as well as their head coach. And now steps in Watts. First delivery of the AB is high and away. That's going to be ball one. Trying to test the aggressiveness of these batters early on is this Walsh Jesuit crew. They've been scoring runs in bunches this season. 7 in their last playoff matchup against Hoover, 12 in the one before that against Perry. They have really turned on their offensive firepower here in the postseason. Now the 1-0 delivery, swung on again, and that is strike one for Shawless. Behind the plate, as always for the Falcons today, is McKenna Hogan over at first. Abby Toth at second is Caitlin Mitchell. Ayla Ray is at short with Morgan Roby at third. And left is Ashley McLean. In center, Kylie Folkwine. In right is Maddie Butis. The 1-1 delivery from Watts. Swung on and missed again, as no one's been able to touch this sophomore here in the opening frame. And she's now on the cusp of 3 straight strikeouts here in inning number 1. Can Watts close out the inning perfect? And the delivery. Swung on, she's got another 1, 2, 3 on strikeouts. Open up the top of the first in our Elite Eight matchup. Folks, we'll be right back on YSNLive.com. The Falcons to the plate.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens. On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
Bottom of the first from Youngstown State University, as the Walsh Jesuit Warriors held hitless to open the frame. No runners, no nothing. All 3 were struck out. And Michaela McGee, the Warriors pitcher, going to try and do the same. So Falcons lineup that swung in at .435 on the season. And they'll be led off by Ayla Ray, Caitlin Mitchell, and Sydney Watts. McKenna Hogan, Kylie Folkwine, and Sammy Severn will follow. Abby Toth, Morgan Roby, and Maddie Butis will round out the lineup for the Falcons tonight. Behind the plate for the Warriors will be Callie Shawless. At first is Zoe Schmidt. Second baseman will be Brianna Wise. At short is Keely Clinton. And at third base will be Sienna Tepley. In left field is Gianna Lenahan. In center is Ella Gerard. And in right is Natalie Ike. As our 2 get set for action. Kaylee Shawless, the final strikeout victim of the first inning, taking a little longer as she had to get all the catcher's gear on. Normally we're rotating through here, but it's a great day for Elite Eight action as it's 72 degrees here in Youngstown, Ohio. 20% humidity and a gentle 6-mile-an-hour breeze blowing in from center field. No rain on the forecast either, as you couldn't ask for better softball weather here in the postseason. The other set of matchups going on today, number 1 Springfield taking on number 2 Anthony Wayne. Winner of that one will take on Watkins Memorial versus Maryville. That's the 1 versus 4. Winners of today's Elite Eight contest will move on to the state semifinals from Firestone Stadium in Akron on June 2nd. Winner of this game will be playing in Game 2 today at 12:30 p.m. So now up to the plate, Ayla Ray. She swung the bat .548 on this season and has been Fitch's most dependable hitter at the plate, and she will look to lead things off yet again. 5 home runs, tied for the team's most on the season, as pitch number 1 from McGee is taken for strike 1. Ray gets reset. Ray this season has not been struck out. Has played 19 games as she fouls this one deep out to right. That just about landed all the way down near Belmont Street. A good swing of the bat from Ayla Ray. Has been walked just 5 times. So more often than not, this ball is getting put in play. And now the pitch behind her, nearly catching the bat. Got lucky there, that bat just bounced a little bit back towards her. She has an on-base percentage of 61% on this season. If you were to design a leadoff hitter, this is what you want. Never strikes out and can get on base 60% of the time. Now the 1-2 delivery, a light pill is fouled off to the right side, and our count remains the same at 1-2. And Ayla Ray showing you why she leads off this lineup here to open the ball game. McGee and Shawless decide on their pitch. Now the delivery on the 1-2. Swung on, a chopper going out to left field. This is down, and Ayla Ray leads off the Fitch lineup with a base hit. A lightly hit fly ball out to left center field is down, and that is exactly what they were looking for out of the gate from their stellar leadoff hitter. As now the second baseman, Caitlin Mitchell, steps in. She swings the bat at .472 here on the year. And has 14 RBIs. Not too hard to get those when Ayla Ray is right behind you. She attempts the bunt, but it bunts up actually into her own chest, and that is automatically a dead ball. Don't typically see the bunts go straight back up at you. The senior this season struck out just 5 times, walked just 3 times. She also gets on base over 50% of the time. She swings on pitch number 2, sends this into her own dugout as her teammates have to go diving out of the way. 0-2 count of the plate with the runner on first. Ray with 8 stolen bases on the season leads the team. As this is going to be swung on, same spot, left center field, a dive. And this is going to be caught on the dive. A stellar play from Ella Gerard. And this forces Ray to go back to first as she was well on her way to second. Nearly at the bag already, but a phenomenal effort from Gerard collects the first out here in the bottom of the first inning. And this will bring up Sydney Watts. Sydney Watts already showing off her biggest part of her team's statistical numbers. However, she's been pretty darn good on this side as well. She bats at .491, has 22 RBIs off of 5 home runs and 8 extra base hits. Out of all the players on the team, she has been struck out more than all of them. However, she averages less than 1 strikeout a game, just 12 against her on the season. Pitch outside now, throw back to first. They're not going to catch her. It's a ball and a strike now to Sydney Watts, with the catcher McKenna Hogan standing on deck. 1 down in the inning. No strikeouts so far for Michaela McGee. Now the pitch. This is swung on. A chopper down the line to third. Picked up, thrown to first in time. And Sydney Watts is down for out number 2. But in the meantime, Ayla Ray does advance up into scoring position on second after the play is made by Shauna Tepley. So the Falcons led off with a hit, but now back-to-back going down, and this brings McKenna Hogan, another batter for the Falcons, swinging around .450 on the season. McKenna Hogan with 17 RBIs, 9 extra base hits, as the first pitch to her is down for strike one. Been struck out just 4 times and walked 8 times. Gets on base over 50% of the time she's out there. McGee sets, now delivers. And the pitch is high. Fitch has been just phenomenal this season. They rank 18th in the entire nation, 3rd in the state of Ohio, and 3rd in Division I baseball behind Watkins Memorial and Springfield. And on the other side for Walsh Jesuit, number 21 in the state, 11th in Division I baseball, or softball, pardon me, as that is strike 2 now for Hogan. So both of these teams deservedly playing here this late in the season. No flukes, no underdogs. These are teams that were expected to make deep runs this year, and neither one of them has disappointed. The 1-2 count. The pitch is in the dirt. Ray is going for third. The tag is not in time as Ayla Ray collects her 9th stolen base of the season. As she makes it up to third, now time is called. As they're going to have to wipe off the bag. A bit of dirt collected out there by Ayla Ray. Third baseman Shiana Tepley thought that she had her on the tag. But now she's just down the line in scoring position on the 2-2 count. Hogan needs a hit. She swings on this down the line to left, but foul. About 7 feet offline would have been enough to score Ayla Ray and give the Falcons their first run of the ball game, but not to be as of yet. And she'll have to step back in and try it again. Left field corner sits at 195 feet. Deeper than some of the fields that these teams are used to playing on. Although Fitch has a beautiful facility as well. Rather deep fences. 2-2 count, now the pitch again, called strike 3, so what a time to pick up your first with the runner in scoring position in 2 outs, but Kayla McGee keeps us scoreless as we head now to the second from Youngstown State.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local, independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsuranceSolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
The environment in the hospital can be very intense for a patient. Being able to put a smile on their face brightens up my day. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is nursing. What I love about studying nursing is that it takes you out of the classroom and into the lab. It's really hands-on. The professors here push you to be your absolute best, so if you want it, you gotta work hard for it. I am so excited about my future. I'm Shantiana and I am why I'm proud.
Welcome back to your Sports Network. I'm Alec Aberna. Top of the second inning, still scoreless here in our Elite Eight matchup from Youngstown State University. As Sydney Watts back up on the mound, 1 inning down, 3 strikeouts. And she's taking on the heart of the order, the 4-5-6, led off by Michaela McGee. Her opponent on the mound today, first pitch right along the belt, and is in there for strike 1. Batting second in the inning will be the designated player, Andrea Mansberry, and the third hitter, Ella Gerard, their center fielder, who made the diving catch in the bottom of that first inning. Fitch leaving a runner out there. Meanwhile, the Warriors still in the hunt for their first base runner of the day as this is swung on, taken out deep to left, caught on the run. Ashley McLean making a phenomenal effort closing in as that ball was just edging foul, dropped in maybe 3-4 feet in front of the wall in left field as she was able to make the catch. So 1 up, 1 down on a near home run ball off the bat from Michaela McGee. As now the designated player, Andrea Mansberry, steps in. So that is the first time anyone has made contact against Sydney Watts today. There's now time called at the plate, so she's going to react a little bit to the shift put on against her. Second baseman, number 4, and Caitlin Mitchell closing in, protecting against the bunt. So is Morgan Roby. Now the pitch from Watts, swung on, and that's strike 1. As you following other softball teams in the region, champion in softball in the Division III regional final today. That ball game tied 0-0 after 1 as well. And now pitch 2 from Watts, taken high and away. Walsh averaging just shy of 9 runs a ball game, and they've been showcasing that in the playoffs, as I mentioned earlier, and throughout the regular season. One of the big driving forces of their success came from the fact that they could score alongside anybody. Finished just 1 run shy of what the Falcons put up this season. The only thing that separates them, 79 runs against. Fitch has allowed just 18 in 1 less game as well. Now 1-2 count to Andrea Mansberry. The pitch. Watched in there. Strike 3 called. And Sydney Watts finds her 4th. Falcons give her a celebration. Is now up to the plate. Ella Gerard. Ella Gerard going to continue to look for the Warriors' first hit or first base runner of the day. Quiet here through their first inning and 2/3 of action at the plate. Watts goes into the windup. Pitch number 1, swung at, and that's strike 1 as Gerard misses. Now the 0-1 pitch, swung on again. Gerard can't make contact, and she's down to the count now, 0-2. And now Sydney Watts on the hunt for back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. As Gerard steps in, Watts goes into the windup, and the pitch is not going to be swung at, just barely, and taken just under the knees. And so the count now 1-2. Here's the Falcons defense all waiting in anticipation. They're all bouncing around out there waiting for something to come their way. But Watts has been spectacular so far on the mound. The 1-2 pitch from number 5. Swung on again. She's got her. 5 strikeouts on the ball game for Sydney Watts. As yet again the Warriors go down in order. 1, 2, 3 into the bottom of the second. We go.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means taking care of our local customers.
And it's just a great feeling to put them in a vehicle and get them all excited about a new vehicle.
At the end of the day, our goal is to be someone our customers can count on.
And every day I'll go the extra mile for the community so they can trust us.
To do anything that would convenience the customer or make them feel more at home.
Realizing, number one, that we're here for them and that we're not going to go away.
That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Visit Sheely's May 20th through June 3rd and choose joy. When you make a donation, receive $50 off every $500 spent. Start the season in style with new dining, living, and bedroom furniture for your home. Sleep better, dream bigger on a White Dove mattress. Freshen up your laundry room with a washer-dryer pair from Whirlpool. And with Traeger, grilling for your family and friends has never been easier. Plus, get 12-month special financing. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
Michaela McGee returning to the mound here for the bottom of the second for the Warriors. 1 inning so far for her, 1 hit allowed, but she ended things off with a strikeout. So now interested to see if now that she's found one, can she get on a hot streak as well, as her counterpart in Sydney Watts now up to 5 through her 2 innings on the mound. Just 1 base runner for the Falcons, and Ayla Ray, they got her up to 3rd. And now Kylie Folkwine will lead things off with a foul ball on the first pitch that she sees. As I said, Falcons got Ayla Ray on, got her up to 3rd, but failed to bring her home. Kylie Folkwine, an excellent person to be up there at the plate right now. .451 on the season with an on-base percentage, .474. And now the pitch, swung on again and fouled off again. Fortunately for Kylie Folkwine, she's also been struck out 10 times on this season. Tied for the second most by any player on their team. However, just 10 times, it's really not much to be concerned about. But here in a game against another talented pitcher, something that they will look to take advantage of is an aggressive batter in a game like this. Now the pitch swung on a light little ground ball down to first, and this will be grabbed by Schmidt, and she will step on the bag, and the first batter of the bottom of the second is down for the Falcons. As now the designated player, Sammy Severn, will step up with Abby Toth on deck. Severn is in there as the designated player, batting for Ashley McLean. Severn this season swinging the bat .364. As McGee gets set, unable to collect the strikeout as the first pitch here taken for ball 1 against the designated player. McKee gets set. Now the pitch. Swung on and foul. Right back, a little dribbler into the backstop. As the count evens to 1 apiece with 1 down in the inning. And pitch number 3 of the at-bat going to be swung on. This is, no, missed out in right field. Looked like it was going to be caught, but Severn's going to get into second standing off of the 1-out error by the right fielder and Natalie Ike. So second base runner of the day for the Falcons, as yet again they've got a girl in scoring position as Abby Toth will step up. Had a nice line drive to right. However, it was directly at Natalie Ike. Might have caught her off guard with pretty much everything staying inside the infield to this point. Might have caught her a little off guard. She can't handle it. Bounces off the mitt, and that allows the speedy Severn to get up to second. So now Abby Toth with an RBI opportunity. A great player to have up there. She swings the bat .460 on the season and has a team-high 5 home runs. Also has collected 19 RBIs off of 23 hits. So just about every time she's hitting that ball, someone comes in to score along with it. First pitch to her is taken for a ball. As McGee standing off the bump. Now steps back on and gets set. And the pitch. Outside again. 2-0 goes the count to Abby Toth. The Fitch first baseman. Just a freshman this season. Put up some outstanding numbers. And this entire team made up of a lot of talented freshmen and sophomores. Obviously, they have their veteran core. But they've really been pushed this season by what their young players can do, as Abby Toth just about takes out her teammates, sending that into her own dugout. So 2-1 on the count. Kayla McGee taking her time between these pitches here. The other side, Sydney Watts, she's firing rapid fire. Much different approach over here. And now she's got 2 strikes up on Abby Toth. McGee looking for her second strikeout. She won't earn it as of yet as Abby Toth fouls off another. Once again, sending it over to her dugout along the third base line. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on. A pop-up to the right side of the infield. No one's going to be able to get there as a dive from Brianna Wise. Won't get her. And now runners on the corners for the Falcons. So a hit off the bat of Abby Toth. And she just hits this over to the right side of the infield. And now a mound visit going to be called as Scabelli has to come out there and help his girls to hold this off and try and keep this game scoreless with Morgan Roby stepping to the plate. Morgan Roby on the season, she's played in just 16 games compared to most of her teammates who have gone all 19. However, she's been swinging at .500 here on her freshman season with 9 hits and 18 at-bats. And she's also collected 7 RBIs to go along with that and 1 home run as well. She's a girl they're going to look to for the future seasons to come. But now with a big chance to make an impact and what might be the biggest at-bat of her young career with the Fitch Falcons. She's got a great number to play this sport in as well, number 42. Recognized all throughout baseball and softball for Jackie Robinson. And Abby Toth on first, Severn on third. And now Roby to the plate. First pitch, bunt attempt put down. They're going to try for the plate. The ball is dropped, and Severn is in to score. So the Falcons take the lead as the bunt RBI pays off from Morgan Roby. Sammy Severn in to score, and Abby Toth makes her way up to second. As now I believe we're going to have maybe injured players. Scabelli comes out of the dugout. Not quite sure what's going on as he's talking over with the first baseman and Zoe Schmidt. Her face mask was off there. She's all right. She gets back to it as we refocus in. It's back-to-back hits now for the Falcons following the error with 1 away. That has now allowed Sammy Severn to score. Maddie Butis up to the plate. .259 hitter, the 9th lady in the line. And she has 2 on with 1 away, 1 already across in the inning. And she too will look for the bunt. Can't drop it down. And that's in there for strike 1. As Kaylee Shawless will walk everyone back to the bags as well from behind the plate. All the players jumping off, trying to get their head starts off the bunt, pardon me. So an 0-1 count. Kayla McGee finished off that first with a strikeout. Now the bunt attempt goes foul, and that'll be strike 2. And Maddie Butis will have to swing that bat, or at least try for the bunt. Remember, bunt goes out of play with 2 strikes. That's strike 3 automatically. You don't get the benefit of a typical foul ball. Foul ball off the bunt's and out. So the 0-2 count with 2 on and 1 away. McGee desperately needs this strikeout here. Now the pitch taken outside, and that'll be ball 1. As yet again, Shawless will walk Toth back to second. Now the pitch. Swung on, got her. That's strike 3 and out number 2 in the inning as Maddie Botus goes down, and we go back to the top of the lineup. And if you're Michaela McGee, this isn't who you want to see with 2 ladies already on base. A player that very rarely becomes an out in Ayla Ray, who's already got on once today, has 9 extra base hits, 5 home runs on the season. It is absolutely lethal at the plate. First pitch to her, taken outside for ball 1. And once again, behind the plate, Shawless walking Toth back to the base. That time Toth didn't even want to go back. Now our umpire's taking a moment here. I think the Falcons are confused on their signals out there between their coaches. Either way, Ayla Ray steps back in. And now we wait on McGee to step up, and now she does. So into the circle, the 1-0 pitch to Ray, swung on, popped up in the infield, and this will be on McGee, and she's got it. So the Falcons leaving 2 stranded, but not before 1 run comes into score off the bunt RBI from Morgan Roby. To the 3rd we go. Fitch Falcons lead by 1 here on your Sports Network.
House troubles can attack anytime. When trouble strikes, call Mighty Mike. Your hometown hero is on his way. HVAC causing havoc? Has your furnace gone mad? Mighty Mike Heating and Cooling will save the day. Commercial or residential, 24/7. For quality service you can depend on, call your hometown hero. Call Mighty Mike.
What can you do on over 5,000 acres? At Mill Creek Metro Parks, you can discover unique habitats and wildlife, create memorable family moments, experience history, heritage, and park programs, explore scenic landscapes, take time to relax and be well, connect with nature and each other. Come see what's new at Mill Creek Metro Parks. Plan your trip now at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Introducing Merge from Greenwood Chevrolet, a completely new way to buy a car that combines the convenience of shopping online with the personal touch and expertise that Greenwood is known for. Visit greenwoodchevrolet.com and let us go the extra mile for you.
Top of the 3rd inning from Youngstown State University as the Falcons now lead 1-0 over the Walsh Jesuit Warriors. 3 hits so far for the Falcons, none for Walsh Jesuit, as Sydney Watts has been absolutely spectacular off the mound. 5 strikeouts in back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings to open up the ball game. And she'll be taking on the 7, 8, 9 hitters Natalie Ike, Gianna Lenahan, and Keely Clinton here in inning number 3. Pitch number 1 is taken high at the eye level for ball number 1. And Sydney Watts, I mean, what an impact she has had for this team this season now. 250 strikeouts in total, just a sophomore. And now being asked to step up and deliver on the biggest stage of her young career, with a chance to go to states on the line as her 2nd pitch taken downstairs as well. As Ike steps back in. Watts into the windup, delivers down high again, and 3-0 on the count. But folks, remember, this isn't the first time she's come back from a 3-0 count. She began the game against Shanna Tepley, down the count 3-0, fought back 2 strikes, and got a swing and a miss on strike 3 to fight all the way back. Now she'll have to do it again after she found herself in a hole. And now the pitch from Watts. And that is down low. So the Warriors have their first base runner today as it comes off the walk here to start out the 3rd. And Gianna Lenahan now to the plate to take on Sydney Watts as yet again the infield will prepare for a bunt. Still no hits, however, for the Warriors, and they're going to need some of those if they want to tie this ball game back up. So now the pitch from Watts, as that is strike one, and what a great comeback pitch there. 4 straight balls, looked a little out of sorts. Just hits the lead on that last AB and steps back in, fires a great first pitch strike. And the pitch to Lenahan. She's going to look for the bunt, pulls it back. Obviously wanting to drop down the bunt. Still can't hear in a 1-1 count. Infield ready for it, however. See if she decides to go with it again. Watts pitch, swing and a miss, so no bunt attempt as this is in there for strike 2 as Lenahan swinging. And look for her to continue to be aggressive at the plate. And now the pitch from Watts. Swung on and missed again. There's strikeout number 6 for the Falcons ace. As now Keely Clinton will step up. The 9th lady in the lineup for the Warriors today. And Sydney Watts looks to get yet another strikeout. She's had 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 so far here in the third. And now the first pitch, another bunt attempt as this is sent high into the backstop for strike 1. It's foul. Watts resets, 0-1 count with a runner on. The pitch, bunt is down, no, it's up, and it's foul again. As once more, this goes into the backstop. I believe it got stuck into the wall as well, as Hogan had to dig it out. So 2 strikes down to Keely Clinton, and you can imagine she'll be looking to swing down to the count 0-2. Can Watts collect her second strikeout of the inning, 7th on the game. And now the pitch to find out, did she go? No, she did not. As the appeal down to first unsuccessful from McKenna Hogan, pardon me. So Keely Clinton will step back in, 1-2 on the count. As Watts rocks into the pitch. This is swung on and will drop out of play behind the fences. Great effort all around from the ladies of Fitch to try and close in on that. And it was both Hogan and Toth attempting to get to that ball, but out of play. So 3 foul balls in the at-bat from Clinton. Doing a good job of making contact. Not easy against Sydney Watts, as you've seen here today. Just the second player to do so. The 1-2 is high. So this Jesuit lineup making Watts work today. Starting to pay off. They've gotten her deep in a couple of counts. And now maybe a bit rattled with that runner on. 2-2 count. Now the pitch from Sydney Watts. Swung on, fouled off again. So for the 4th time, Clinton will have to go back to the plate after fouling the ball off. At this point, she had been behind most of what Watts was throwing her. Now adjust her timing. Goes a little ahead of it. They got to get some more balls in here, running low. Got one of them back and should be good to go now. 2-2 count. Keely Clinton not going down easy. Sydney Watts certainly giving her the business so far. Giving her a lot of pitches, going all over. Done a great job sticking around. She's going to foul off yet another. And now Clinton's starting to look frustrated at the plate. Good timing on that one as it goes straight back over the box here. But just a little too far under it. So once more, she steps back in. We got a great battle going on between Watts and Clinton. And now the pitch. Swung on. Taken out to right field. This gets down just left of the line. And this will be the first hit of the day as Keely Clinton finally is able to square one up just barely. I mean, that dropped in maybe 2 feet to the left of that line in right field. And it's a fair ball as that's hit number one as the Warriors will go back to the top of their lineup with the tying run in scoring position. The go-ahead run on first here in the top of the third. Now one hit's great, but as I said, as they got the walk, gonna have to string a few of them together. It's not easy to do. This lineup already gone through once here in tonight's ball game. As Sienna Tepley back up there for her second time, was up in the count 3-0, but then struck out to lead off the ball game. First pitch this time, taking out to short, and well, they say she caught that. I don't think our umpires ever said if that was caught or if it was down on the ground. And I think they're gonna say this was down on the ground. Did she tag the runner then going from to third? As now all of our umpires are going to go out there to meet. This is a huge call, folks. It looked like a great play from Ayla Ray. Got dirty to get that ball up out of the dirt. Question, did she get there in time? And so they're going to say that this is going to be a fielder's choice. So Tepley is safe. The play from Ayla Ray does not count. But she did get the tag on Natalie Ike, the runner who was on second, going to third as the ball was playable. And if our umpires are given a little bit better of a communication out there, not that they have to, but if they had, Ayla Ray likely could have turned 2 on that and we'd be out of the inning. However, still 2 on, but now 2 away as Zoe Schmidt steps up to the plate. And second time through the order, some of these Warriors starting to make some contact. Pitch is high and away, and Hogan really has to get up out of this squat to get that one. Watts resets, and the pitch. Swung on, foul. The 1-1 delivery now from Watts. Swung on, missed. That's strike 2. And if Watts can find her rhythm again, could potentially end this inning without allowing any runs to come in. One-two delivery, looking for the strikeout, and this is going to be swung on. Taken out to shallow right center. This is down, a dive won't get it. And Walsh Jesuit has their first run of the ball game, and we are tied in the top of the third as now runners on at the corners as well, following that fly ball from Zoe Schmidt. As Keely Clinton in to score on the play. We are tied as Tepley moves up to third. Schmidt now on first. In the last 3 have all gotten on base now. Kaylee Shaw is trying to keep it up. She was the final strikeout victim of the first inning. The third out. Now time for some redemption here. As she calls time before the pitch. Now Watt's going to take her time getting reset as well. And the pitch swung on, and this will be caught down the third baseline for the final out as Morgan Roby there to make the catch. So 2 runners left stranded for Walsh Jesuit, but we are tied as Fitch comes back to the plate when we return, a 1-1 ball game.
Your culinary adventure awaits at Legends Food and Drink. Experience a welcoming ambiance while you explore our appetizing menu featuring over 20 meals under $20 and over 30 lunches for $12 or less. Our private dining room seat between 10 and 20 at no additional cost. And don't forget our spacious 35-seat bar for your favorite sporting event. Book your special occasion in our elegant banquet room that seats up to 150 comfortably. Legends Food and Drink, a taste you'll remember. Market Street and Route 224 in Boardman.
Change. This one word can make you break out in a cold sweat. But with change comes wisdom, experience, and understanding. At Myers Family Insurance, we can help make changes in Medicare, insurance, and retirement a positive experience for you and your family. We've gone through changes, like our new office and new faces to help our family of clients too.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance. Check us out online at MyersFamilyINS.com or find us on Facebook.
Bottom of the third inning, and the Falcons back to the lineup, or back to the plate, I should say, here in the bottom of the third. They got 2 hits in their last time up with an error that allowed their first runner on the base pads. And that was Sammy Severn. She was able to come in to score, and now they'll be led off by the 2, 3, 4 hitters here in the inning. Caitlin Mitchell, Sydney Watts, and McKenna Hogan, all 3 of which struggled their first time up at the plate. It was a line drive to center for Mitchell, a ground out for Watts, and Hogan was struck out. As so far today, it's the one part of the lineup McGee had found success against, albeit just one time against them. As for McGee, 2 innings, 2 strikeouts, 3 hits allowed along with 1 run. Now back up for her third inning of work. First pitch taken is in for ball 1 to Caitlin Mitchell. You can hear that in the background. Fitch's dugout singing Jingle Bells, but it pays off as this ball is hammered out to the corner and left. And now Caitlin Mitchell going to pull into second with a leadoff double. Well, it sounds like Fitch's dugout needs to sing Jingle Bells a little bit more for Caitlin Mitchell. And she gets up and delivers an absolute hammer out to left. As that ball also then landed fair. Rolled almost all the way into the corner and left, made it a tricky play for Gianna Lenahan to even have a shot to get there. That's hit number 4 now for the Falcons as their leader, Sydney Watts, back up to the plate. Grounded out to third, their last time up there. First pitch from McGee, this time taken for ball 1. Now this is swung on, a fly ball out to third. That is going to be caught by Tepley. So yet again, Watts goes to the left side of the infield, but can't connect on anything well enough to earn the hit. So a ground out and a fly out for her as McKenna Hogan now to the plate. Remember, she struck out her last time up there to end off the first. And so far today, catcher's not having good luck at the plate. Her counterpart, Kaylee Shawlish, 0 for 2. She's 0 for 1. And now she'll try and turn around their luck As the first pitch taken outside for ball one. And the pitch. And that's in there. Strike one. A good pitch on the outside of the plate. And yet again, for the second time today, Fitch gets their leadoff hitter on, but comes quickly in danger of going down 2 outs with a runner in scoring position on second. Happened to Ayla Ray in the first. As now the bunt attempt pulled back on as this pitch is outside. Count is 2-1. And the pitch again, just over the head of Hogan. And she has to duck underneath it. No advance, however, from their runner in Caitlin Mitchell. Three-one count at the plate with 1 out. 1 on. Pitcher McGee swung on, chopped foul. This will be flung back into the backstop. And so full count on our hands here now as Michaela McGee yet to walk anybody so far in today's ball game, but also has just 2 strikeouts as Hogan's going to call time. Now she steps back in. The pitch from Hogan outside, and that is ball 4. So 2 on now for the Falcons with 1 out. They bring up Kylie Folkwine, who grounded out to lead off the second. She grounded straight down the line to first. Can't do that here. So you want to stay out of a chance for a double play, as we will have a pinch runner come on for the catcher. As coming onto the field for Fitch will be number 23. That's Madison Hain. However, I don't believe I see her on the roster here. And now she's going to swing on this. This is chopped foul. First pitch, and it's foul. Count as McGee winds up, fires it low. So 1-1 goes the count. And yet again, Michaela McGee fires down. It's outside. A close pitch, but just off the mark. Good job laying off by Folkwine. Was aggressive her first time at the plate. Went out there looking to swing. Now following the walk. Playing a little bit more cautiously. Paid off for the Warriors in the top half of the inning. May it pay off for the Falcons as well here in the bottom half. 2-1 delivery. Outside again. 3-1. So McGee picks up her first walk, now in danger of walking back-to-back here in the inning. Runner Runners on first and second already. A walk would load the bases for Sammy Severn. As that is taken, ball 4 and the bases are loaded. As Sammy Severn will have the opportunity of the ball game coming up at the plate. Just one home run for her already. But in this big of a spot, you know that adrenaline's got to be flowing at least a little bit at this point in the game. No doubt she'll be looking at least to put this into the outfield and score a handful of runs. Either that or draw the third consecutive walk. Reach via an error her last time up. Hit it out to right, and it was dropped. Swings on the first pitch. A dive by the first baseman. Puts the ball in the no man's land. Now they have a runner caught between second and third. And all of them will be able to return to the bags as behind the plate, Shawless just having to hold on to it as everyone is able to get back safely for the Falcons. As a hit by Sammy Severn pays off to score. Caitlin Mitchell from third. And the Falcons retake control of the ball game. Will also keep the bases loaded for Abby Toth. Hit the ball between first and second her last time up there. Had a great hit, just dropped it straight in behind the first baseman. As she swings on the first pitch she sees and fouls it off. Oh, 1 count. Bases loaded and 1 away. Fitch can still get the benefit of a sac fly here if they can put something into the outfield. Just need to put that ball in play and avoid the double play. Now the pitch, swung on again and fouled off again. So Abby Toth making contact on both swings so far, but can't make any meaningful contact because they've both just been little scratches off the bat. And she's down to the hole 0-2 as Michaela McGee has a strikeout in each inning pitched so far, none so far here, however. And the pitch. Swung on, this is taken out to short. They'll go for the play at first, and they get her, but a run does come in to score. So it works like a sacrifice as it's an RBI. So in to score, the pinch runner for McKenna Hogan. Kylie Folkline now on third, Sammy Severn on second, and up to the plate, Morgan Roby. We got a bunt for a hit with an RBI back in the second as the Falcons lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the third now with 2 away. Now the pitch, swung on, taken out to shallow left and dropped on the run. 1 run comes in to score and Sammy Severn will follow suit as an error brings in 2 runs for the Falcons. As the crowd here at Youngstown State goes wild. Fitch now leads 5-1 as Maddie Butis will step in with just Morgan Roby out there in the base pads as Roby partially responsible for 3 of the team's 5 runs so far, albeit 2 of them coming off that error. So 3 straight at-bats for the Falcons resulting in RBIs as 4 runs have crossed in the inning. There's the first pitch in there for strike 1. McGee has to find a way out of this inning. And that's in there, strike 2, and a good spot for her now. As a strikeout pulls them out of an even bigger inning to come. Buda struck out her first time up there, trying to avoid an 0-for-2 day. And now outside with the pitch goes McGee. And the delivery, swung on, missed. There it is, strike 3 So the long inning finally comes to a close as the Falcons send 8 to the plate and bring in half of them as we go to the fourth. Fitch on top 5-1.
Change. This one word can make you break out in a cold sweat. But with change comes wisdom, experience, and understanding. At Myers Family Insurance, we can help make changes in Medicare, insurance, and retirement a positive experience for you and your family. We've gone through changes, like our new office and new faces to help our family of clients too.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance. Check us out online at myersfamilyins.com or find us on Facebook.
It's storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
More pockets of rain as we go throughout our
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and
Top of the fourth inning, and Walsh Jesuit tied the ball game up there last time at the plate, but now their defense allows 4 runs to come through in the bottom half, and yet again, they're facing a hole, and that hole got a lot bigger than the last time they were up there, and it took a strong inning from them to just get that 1 run off of Sydney Watts, and now they're going to need 4 more. But they got 2 hits, second time through the lineup, so all the worry should be out against facing such a dominant pitcher. They metaphorically made her bleed, let that 1 run in, got some hits. Now you got to pressure, continue the pressure, continue to attack, and see if you can just put together another big inning. Michaela McGee at the plate, it's the 4-5-6 due up again. Here, their second time through, all were sent down in order their last time up. As the pitch low, it's 1-1. Now the 1-1 delivery. This is hammered out to left, but this is going to be well foul. As if she could have straightened that out a little bit, that would have been out of here and into the McDonald's parking lot over in left field. A beautiful swing from Michaela McGee that time. Sydney Walsh surely not going to give her that same location again. The 1-2 delivery, and this is swung on, pops straight up, and will drop into the stands just off to my right, beyond the fence line. McGee put a good one out to left her last time. Just dropped it in shy of the home run wall. Now she hits one foul, that same spot in her second time through. Watts gets the better of her. That's a strikeout number 7 of the ball game for the Fitch ace, as Andrea Mansberry will now come to the plate with 1 away in the top of the 4th. So after that big 3rd inning, Sydney Watts, can she now slip back into the rhythm she established through those first 2 innings? Swing and miss on the first pitch to Mansberry. Remember, her first 2 innings struck out 5 of 6 and got the fly out to Michaela McGee. That 3rd inning, she saw 6, allowed 2 hits, a walk, and a run, had just 1 strikeout. But now back here in the 4th, collects another strike. And we'll see how she manages through the rest of this inning as the count 0-2. Fitch grabbing the early upper hand here in today's Elite Eight ball game from Youngstown State on your sports network. Malika Berna, 0-2 count as Sydney Watts fires down yet again. This is swung on and foul as this too will land just beyond the fence line as Roby closing in quickly. She wanted to get there in time, but unless she has about a 20-foot vertical, I don't think she had a shot to get that one. We have 6 high chain link fences here behind home plate. 0-2 count to Andrea Mansberry. Pitch swung on right back up the middle over the head of Watts. And this is a 1-out single for the Warriors as Mansberry collects her first hit of the day with that ground ball chopper right there. And the table set once more for this Walsh Jesuit lineup. They had their leadoff hitter on in the third. Now they get their number 2 hitter. As Ella Gerard steps in, she struck out her first time up. In today's ball game, all but 2 players have been struck out. One of them stands on deck in Natalie Ike. The other one a couple players away in Keely Clinton. Everyone else has at least caught it once as now Hogan diving behind the plate. Just can't get there in time. As I think if we had an invisible umpire, she might have had a shot at that one. Instead, had to wait for him to clear and then take her dive. So it's 0-1 on the count for Ella Gerard. And she's going to walk with Watts back out there to the mound as well to clear herself. She took a bit of a fall there on her dive attempt. Great effort, and that's the kind of effort that gets these teams to this point of the season and takes them even farther. Diving efforts, we've seen a couple of them so far on both sides. It was Ella Gerard back in the first making a great diving play into left center field. And now she swings on pitch 2, and that is strike 2. Now she's in danger of striking out for the second time today. Mansberry on first. 1 down in the inning, 0-2 count. And now Sydney Watts on the delivery. Is just gonna miss off the plate. Off to the left. I don't think she likes the call. But she's gonna say, all right, get back up there in the mound and keep firing. Well, this Warriors lineup may have some confidence. You know, she is sky high with hers. It's going to take a lot more than 1 run put up in that inning to get her wound up and off her mark. That is now the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, there's strike 3. And Watts looking unfazed after giving up the big third inning. I say big third inning. They still only managed the 1 run against her. But now 2 strikeouts here in the fourth. And Natalie Ike, who has yet to strike out today, granted just 1 at-bat so far in which she was walked. A walk that set the table for the Warriors to bring in some runs. She was actually thrown out on a fielder's choice. But the momentum from her at-bat helped out big time as this is fouled off behind the fences. Watts on the 0-1 delivery. Strike 2 as she puts this past the swinging bat of Natalie Ike. And now 1 pitch away from erasing the hit from Andrea Mansberry. Has not gotten all 3 outs via the strikeout since the opening frame. So now the 0-2 pitch from Youngstown State's University Softball Complex. Sydney Watts looking to end this inning off. No, she's going to put this along the chin line, and that's ball 1. Natalie Ike has not given Sydney Watts anything today. Drew the 4-pitch walk her first time up, then still down on the count 0-2. Not being overly aggressive, sits back and watches one that's out of the zone in there. Gotta love the plate presence right now. And she's going to do it again. Lays off once more, and the count evens 2-2. And now Sydney Watts is going to have to attack with that rise ball. Just sent something right through the heart of the plate. 2-2 pitch from Watts. Swung on, she's got her. Strike 3, so 3 strikeouts and a hit for the Warriors lineup here in the 4th, as the Falcons now can look to grow their lead as they come back to the plates when we return on your Sports Network.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
Nestled here in the beauty and splendor of Mill Creek Metro Parks are 2 of America's best golf courses, as selected by Golf Week magazine. Ranked number 9 in Ohio by TripAdvisor. Come play like a pro on these award-winning Donald Ross-designed courses. Enjoy a round with your kids and unwind with your favorite food and drinks in the grill room. For championship golf, look no further than your backyard. Mill Creek Golf Course.
Bottom of the 4th inning, and we're back to the top of the lineup for the Fitch Falcons as it's Ayla Ray set to do battle here against Michaela McKee. Her 3rd time at the plate. She's 1 for 2 so far. She's put it into the air both times she's stepped up to the plate. And we'll see what she can do in her 3rd time up. And the first pitch she sees is going to hit her right in the square of the back. And so she will get first base off of the hit by pitch. So the free bag results in a painful way, as that is the 5th time she has been hit by a pitch this season. She's been the victim of 33% of their hit by pitches this season, 5 of their 15. Not fun, but she'll take the free base here to lead off the 4th. As now Caitlin Mitchell, who put one down the line and left, will look to bunt this time up as she pulls it back, and it's outside for ball 1. First time got that, or second time, pardon me, got that double off of a beautifully hit line drive. Sent one out to center field, and it took a diving catch from Ella Gerard to keep her off the base pads. She's been excellent so far making contact here in this ball game. And now she goes swinging on this one, sent out to short. It's caught, the throw back to first. A split turns into a double play as Keely Clinton delivers to Zoe Schmidt, who has to go past what we normally call a stretch into a full-on split, and it's now 2 down in the inning. Wow, what an effort. So a double play resulting, and the bases are clear as Sydney Watts steps up. She's 0 for 2 today. You know, a player of her caliber can only stay down for so long. I wonder how long Michaela McGee can keep her quiet. And she goes swinging. Straight away, center field. Back to the wall, and this ball is out of here. Sydney Watts goes yard here in the Elite 8. Now she rounds 3rd and heads to home as she hit this to the deepest point of the ballpark. Sydney Watts, take your shot and deliver. You knew it was only a matter of time before a player like that now takes the team lead for home runs on the season with her 6th and adds 1 on to their lead. It's now 6-1. McKenna Hogan to the plate, 0 for 1, but she was walked her last time up there. First pitch she sees is in the dirt. She actually steps over it as it basically rolled off to her feet. So Michaela McGee now trying to reset after giving up the big fly. And now the pitch. Swung on again. This is going to be skied out to shallow right center field. And this drops down between a trifecta of Warriors. And this will be a 2-out single for McKenna Hogan. So back-to-back hits in the inning after a double play. And now we're going to have another pinch runner. It's 23 heading out there again. Can't find her on my roster. Either way, Kylie Folkwine up to the plate. So my apologies to 23, as she is out there on the base paths as a pinch runner for the second time today, going in for McKenna Hogan. And the pitch swung on. This is drifting foul and will be out of playable territory, as no Warrior had a shot on that one. An 0-1 count. Kylie Folkwine goes swinging, finds the gap between second and third, and she will have herself a 2-out base hit. So now 3 straight hits. The big one coming off the bat of Sydney Watts. And up to the plate, Sammy Severn. Gotten on twice, scored twice. Once via an error, once via a hit. Last time up, she hit a ground ball to the first baseman that was knocked off to the side. No one could get there. She came in and brought in 1 run across. As now throw back to first. Not going to be in time as the first pitch taken for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on right back up the middle. McGee on the flip to first in time. So Falcons yet again leave base runners stranded here, but they add on 1 thanks to the big fly from Sydney Watts. We go to the 5th, 6-1 with Fitch in control.
Nestled here in the beauty and splendor of Mill Creek Metro Parks are 2 of America's best golf courses, as selected by Golf Week magazine. Ranked number 9 in Ohio by TripAdvisor. Come play like a pro on these award-winning Donald Ross-designed courses. Enjoy a round with your kids and unwind with your favorite food and drinks in the grill room. For championship golf, look no further than your backyard. Mill Creek Golf Course.
Let's face it, buying a home is one of the toughest things you'll ever do. At Forever Homes, we are licensed realtors that specialize in representing our clients in the purchase and sale of single-family residences and income property in Columbiana County. We truly love this area. We were born in this area, and we pride ourselves on the knowledge of transactions, school districts, neighborhoods, and related services. So the next time you need to buy or sell your home, make it Forever. Forever Homes Realty.
Top of the 5th inning, and Walsh Jesuit has a long way to go, but we still have 3 innings remaining here from Youngstown State in the Elite 8. With the trip to Akron on the line, Firestone Park, former home of the Akron Racers and the home of the OHSAA State Championship these last handful of years. I believe since 2019, that has been our home for OHSAA State titles for both baseball and softball. First pitch from Watts to Gianna Lenahan, taken for strike 1 to open up the top of the 5th inning. Warriors got another hit in that last frame, but 3 strikeouts also went along with that for Sydney Watts. She's up to 9 on the game and has really started to reestablish herself after giving up the 1 run in the 3rd, going along with those 2 hits, a walk, fielder's choice. It's the only time that this Warriors lineup looked like they had the better of her. And she has jumped right back into form. The 0-2 from Sydney Watts, right back to her on the mound. Throw to first, in time. just got that throw off to beat out Gianna Lenahan. A great effort from number 21, running down the line, nearly got there on the ground ball, right back to Watts. She was kind of leaning back, a little offline, but an absolute rocket. Fired over to first, collects the out. Great effort on both sides there. And unfortunately, when two people give great efforts in this game, one of them's got to lose, and that time it was Lenahan. Keely Clinton out of the plate. She's 1 for 1 against Sydney Watts today. In fact, the only player in this lineup to have not struck out. The other 8 have all been strikeout victims at least once. One of them has been struck out twice. Now the pitch is taken low for ball 2. So Keely Clinton, she made Sydney Watts work her last time up there. Got ahead in the count, fouled off, I think, 6, and then finally put a ball straight down the line and right, and just dropped that in fair. And I have no doubt she's going to try and make Watts work again, although she may just get on in 4 pitches this time. It's a 3-0 count. Watts losing it a bit here. Now the pitch from Watts. Right down Main Street, and that's a way to go. 3-1 is the count. Now the pitcher Watts, bunt attempt pulled back, but it's in there for strike 2 anyway. So Watts fighting back from a full count, or fighting back into a full count from 3-0. And faced a 3-0 hole now 3 times in the game. Twice she's forced the count full, just once given up the walk. And a strikeout and a walk between her last 3-0 counts. What will she earn this time? Payoff pitch, swung on, strike 3. Ring her up, and that is now all 9 that have struck out for the Warriors today, as their lineup has been bullied by Sydney Watts. Sienna Trepley now out of the plate, 0 for 2 against Sydney Watts. And with 2 outs in the top of the 5th, we'll need to do what Fitch did in that 4th inning. Even with 2 outs, staying aggressive at the plate. 3 straight hits before their final out. And now swing and a foul ball in the first pitch. Back to the top of the lineup. 3rd time through now for the Warriors. Just trailing Fitch when it comes to batters sent up to the plate so far today. 5 more for the Falcons as this is on the inside. Counts 1-1. So 1-1. Tepley steps back in. And the pitch. Swung on, missed. That's strike 2. And yet again, Sydney Watts on the hunt for a 1-2-3 inning. She hasn't done so since the 2nd. Now the pitch, swung on, fouled off, and Tepley will stay alive for a moment longer. Sydney Watts through the windup. Swung on, foul again, and Tepley will not go down without a fight. staying alive in a 1-2 count. Second straight foul ball. Well down. So Watts going to fire this down again and goes just high. So Tepley is going to see an even count at 2 apiece with 2 outs. Sydney Watts started off this game masterfully. 2 perfect innings. Has gotten close to reestablishing that rhythm. Had 3 strikeouts her last time up, but a 1-2-3 inning in the 5th would really cement this ball game. And now this is swung on. And foul, as it is just out of the mitt of Morgan Roby in foul territory. A diving effort, but she couldn't quite hold on. I think her glove just got a little offline, and on the dive down, makes contact with the ground, ball falls out. So we remain 2-2 count for Sienna Tepley. A strikeout in the fielder's choice in her 2 ABs so far, but she's making Sydney Watts work here in the 5th inning as the Falcons look for yet another 1-2-3 on the defensive side before setting up their 7, 8, 9 hitters when we come back in the bottom half of the inning. Now the 2-2 delivery is way high as this is off into the fences and Hogan can't get to it. And so it's a full count for the second time in this inning. For the second straight at bat, mind you, as Keely Clinton worked herself into it. This was a 1-2 count just moments ago. But Sienna Tepley has done a phenomenal job staying alive with 2 down in the inning. And now the pitch. Swung on, strike 3. She's got her down, and the Warriors go in order here in the 5th, make it 11 strikeouts now in the ball game for Sydney Watts as the Falcons lead by 5 as we head to the bottom 5.
HVAC causing...
As Comco celebrated 70 years in 2022, we have much to be thankful for. We are proud of the Comco culture as we serve our customers with Comco Care with our premier customer service, quality parts, and on-time delivery. The partnerships we have with our customers and our community are second to none. We thank you for your continued support. We are proud to be part of this community and will continue to offer great jobs for great people.
There are 4 members of GoldenStringRadio.org that works for your sports network. Super Dave, Kristen, Scotty, and myself. And if you love our work at Golden String, Isle, and Purple Cat, you are going to love the soon-to-be open GABA Camp out at Farmer Casey's Ranch in Coatesville Township. It has all the nice, beautiful scenery, will feature cabins, and a whole lot of other great outdoor stuff. I'm Radar Pavlov, and my sports network is your sports network.
Bottom of the 5th inning, and the Falcons going to go back up to the plate. It's Abby Toth, who's 1 for 2 today, but has an RBI on her credit as well. And her efforts back in that 3rd inning paying dividends to this point, as her 1 run put up alongside the 3 others have really grown this Fitch lead in that 4-run 3rd. 2 solo runs in each of the other 2 innings as the first pitch sent down the line. This is going to be fair, and Toth is going to round herself into a double here to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. Their second leadoff double of the ball game, and leadoff players have been on base in all but 1 inning so far for Fitch. They have done a phenomenal job setting the table for their fellow teammates as now Morgan Roby up. She's earned RBIs in both of her 2 previous at-bats and has technically gotten on, although an error her last time up there allowed her on base. As a nice swing of the bat could allow the freshman another one here today as she goes swinging. This deep down to left, but just foul. There's about 10 feet left of the pole as Morgan Roby almost had a 2-run home run if that ball was a little bit straighter. Toth on second, Roby at the plate, Butis on deck. Roby has delivered time and time again today. She's going to try it once more. The 0-1 pitch taken for a ball outside. Roby also gave the diving effort at third in the top half of this inning, nearly collecting a wonderful out. Just couldn't hold on to it. McGee steps back onto the mound, now throws it down, swung on, foul. So on the 1-2 pitch, swung on. Shallow left field. This is down for Roby. As now runners will be on base, and Roby's going to steal off for second as well on the throwback in. So she earns the hit, advances Toth, and then walks her way down into second base. So basically back-to-back doubles lead off this inning as now Tony Scabelli out there onto the mound. As Maddie Butis, pardon me, will step up there. She's 0 for 2 today. She's been struck out in both of her at-bats. It's 2 out of the 3 strikeouts that Michaela McGee has had today. Now Scabelli still talking out there to his team. You wonder if there could potentially be. No, actually, no. We will have a pinch hitter, number 23. Will step on to replace Butis. And from what I'm hearing from the crowd, number 23, I can't hear the last name, but I'm getting Tina as the first name. So we'll just go Tina for now until I can get the full name from listening into this crowd at some point. So Tina stepping up with 2 runners in scoring position. I believe this is Tina Montgomery. My apologies for not having this sooner. She normally wears number 29, at least according to my roster that I was given. And she's down to the count 0-1. Here to lead things off in her first at-bat of the day. On the season, Montgomery batting at .455, 22 RBIs, and tied for the team high in home runs with 5. We're actually now second on the team in home runs with 5 after Sydney Watts made it 6 for herself earlier. This is going to be fouled off straight down the line and into her Fitch dugout. No outs. The sac fly does wonders here for Fitch. You just need to get something out of the infield, really. So the pitch from McGee. Swung on, and this is a sky ball out towards the right side of the infield. Might be playable, but no. As I believe this dropped into the bullpen, and our count remains 0-2. So it's a foul ball. As Tina Montgomery will step back in once more. And the pitch. Swung on, a half swing as this is off the third baseman's glove. And this will score a run. As Tina Montgomery comes on and gets the RBI to extend their lead, as they will call this an error. However, she still brings in Abby Toth. And now runners on at the corners for Austintown Fitch as they go back to the top of the lineup. It's Ayla Ray. This will be the 4th time through for the Fitch line. As the first pitch there, see from McGee this time, a bunt pulled back on, but it's in there for strike 1 anyway. Montgomery also takes second in the process. So 2 in scoring position with no outs. Ayla Ray today, a hit, a fly out, and a hit by pitch. Also a stolen base on her credit. McGee taking her time to figure out where they want to go. As Fitch closing in on a Final Four appearance if they can just play strong for the rest of this game. As Walsh Jesuits line up down to their final 6 outs and trailing by 6. 10 hits in total for Fitch so far today, thanks to their 2 added on at least so far in the 5th. 3 errors have really hurt Walsh Jesuit as this is swung on but foul. Champion and South Range going to extra innings, tied up in the 7th at 4. A great game going on in that regional final between 2 elite teams. Canfield's also up in their game as well, 2-1. Well, the top of the sink that was at least of 20 minutes ago. So Ayla Ray still in there on an 0-2 count with no outs. And the pitch from McGee. This is swung on. It's going foul. And their catcher will try and make the play, but she can't grab it. So Callie Shawless can't make the catch out of play, and the count will remain 0-2. So once more, Ayla Ray will step in. Still with the count, reading 0-2. Michaela McGee in the windup, swung on, missed, and there is strikeout number 4 on the day for her off the mound as she finds out number 1 here in the inning, as now Caitlin Mitchell will step up to the plate. She is 1 for 3 so far today. Had a double back in the 3rd, but hit into a double play her last time up. And my, oh my, would Walsh Jesuit love her to hit into another one here to get them out of the inning as she goes swinging on the first pitch and fouls it off for strike 1. And now would be the perfect time for McGee to heat up and just close things down and give her offense a shot. And let Fitch continue to score as they put up 1 run in every inning, or 1 or more run up in every inning since the 1st. Their only scoreless inning to this point of the game. As this is reached on, will they say, did she go around? The look to first. No, she did not. So that's ball 1. One count now at the plate. Following the check swing from Caitlin Mitchell. Now the pitch. Watched in there just off the plate. Count now 2-1. Sydney Watts stands on deck as potentially the game-winning run if Mitchell can get on, as she will. And she'll score 1 run in the process as now runners on at the corners for the Falcons. As she hits this into left field to get herself an RBI, her first one of those of the day, as in to score is Morgan Roby. As now Tina Montgomery stands on 3rd, Caitlin Mitchell on 1st, with Sydney Watts at the plate. And folks, another big fly here would send us into a run rule victory for the Austintown Fitch Falcons. And I think understanding that, Tony Scabelli now coming out of the dugout to go talk to his pitcher, Michaela McGee, here in the bottom of the 5th with 1 away. That Watts represents the game-winning run. I believe I just heard out from the crowd that South Range took a 7-4 lead. And we're tied 4 to go into extra innings. We do have our first final of the day. Canfield takes down Marlington 2-1 against, and so they will move on. not in this bracket, so not one that Fitch has to worry about. And so this will actually be the end of the day for Michaela McGee. She has been pulled in the bottom of the 5th, so coming on to pitch will be number 2, Natalie Ike from right field. And so we will take a brief step aside while she...
Your culinary adventure awaits at Legends Food and Drink. Experience a welcoming ambiance while you explore our appetizing menu featuring over 20 meals under $20 and over 30 lunches for $12 or less. Our private dining room seat between 10 and 20 at no additional cost. And don't forget our spacious 35-seat bar for your favorite sporting event. Book your special occasion in our elegant banquet room that seats up to 150 comfortably. Legends Food and Drink, a taste you'll remember. Market Street and Route 224 in Boardman.
So Natalie Ike up there on the mound. She will replace Michaela McGee after 4 1/3, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, 11 hits allowed on 1 home run and 8 runs scored while she was out there. And Ike is just going to have to try and minimize the damage that Sydney Watts can do here, as she does represent the game-winning run, which would be number 11, would put them up by 10. And since we're already in the bottom of the 5th, Walsh Jesuit would not get a chance to respond since they have already hit in the inning. It would be a walk-off for Sydney Watts if she can deliver. And with the day she has put together on the mound, one ending that would be to send her team to states. Here in the Elite Eight, winner of today's ball game will play on June 2nd. Which is next Friday, a week from today, on 12:30 p.m. from Firestone Stadium against either Lebanon or Fairfield. I can say at least at the moment, Lebanon was leading their game as of 45 minutes ago. After 4, they were up 3-0 against Fairfield. So they will give the intentional walk to Sydney Watts. So the game-winning run stands on first. She will be pinch run for. Coming in to run will be number 3, and Rachel Spalding. She will run for the pitcher. And so McKenna Hogan, 1 for 2, struck out, walked, and she had a well-hit ball her last time up that dropped into right center field. And now she steps up with 1 out and the bases loaded. Spalding, the winning run on first. Out there on second, Caitlin Mitchell and Tina Montgomery. On third, Natalie Ice. Second batter face, she'll send in strike 1 to begin it. Following the intentional walk. Hogan, a big-time hitter, .450 this year. The Fitch dugout singing at this point in the ball game. Their team has played phenomenally. And they stand 1 swing away from states. A regional championship here at Youngstown State University. This complex has given us a great sight for today's game. And now the pitch. Swung on, taken out to second. They will go for 1 at first, and they get there. But the runner does come in to score in Montgomery. So this is an RBI ground out for McKenna Hogan. So Tina Montgomery in to score. Now 2 away in the inning as Caitlin Mitchell, the lead runner, and Spalding on second. Kylie Folkwine up to the plate. 1 for 2. She's also been walked. Hit the ball in the left her last time, and doing so again could win the ball game. First pitch taken in for ball 1 high in the zone. Folkwine, just a freshman, and steps up in a monumental spot. 4 home runs on the season, 7 extra base hits. 1 hit already today. 2-0 on the count. Natalie Ike's going to have to give her something to swing at here sooner rather than later. I don't think you want to go up against Sammy Severn. She's been hot today. Found ways to get on bases. Now the 8th batter of the inning up. As the count 2-0. The pitch now from Natalie Ike. Swung on. This is sent into foul territory and will not be playable, as that is down for strike one. The count is 2-1 for the newly entered Natalie Ike. Just her third at bat she's pitched on. Issued the intentional walk to the leadoff girl that she faced in Sydney Watts. Got the out from McKenna Hogan. And now finds strike two on a perfectly executed pitch to Kylie Folkwine. And now time is called. And so the pitch from Mike, taken just above the plate. And so the count is full with 2 outs. And a game-clinching at-bat for Fitch. Ike gets set on the mound. And the payoff pitch. Swung on. This is skied up in the infield. And it is caught. So this ball game will continue as we head off to the 6th. Fitch leading by 8 here from Youngstown State.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun. It all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means taking care of our local customers.
Realizing, number one, that we're here for them.
To do anything that would convenience the customer.
And every day I'll go the extra mile so they can trust us.
That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Visit Sheely's May 20th through June 3rd and choose joy. When you make a donation, receive $50 off every $500 spent. Start the season in style with new dining, living, and bedroom furniture for your home. Sleep better, dream bigger on a White Dove mattress. Freshen up your laundry room with a washer-dryer pair from Whirlpool. And with Traeger, grilling for your family and friends has never been easier. Plus, get 12-month special financing. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
Zoe Schmidt in to lead off the top of the 6th for Walsh Jesuit, who, as I've mentioned, is going to need a lot to start making this comeback, as that Fitch group has turned it on as of late. They've put up all 9 of their runs in the last 4 innings, have only not scored in the first. So you know the Warriors are going to need some runs here if they hope to stay alive. Zoe Schmidt to lead things off against Cindy Watts, who earned a 1-2-3 in her last inning, had 3 strikeouts in the inning before that. And in total today has had 11 Ks, just 1 walk issued on 3 hits and 1 run against a lineup for the Warriors that has averaged just under 9 runs a ball game. But yet again on this season, it was Walsh Jesuit's pitching that has put them behind. The 9 runs put in today, their bullpen has allowed 88 runs on the season, whereas with the 1 run put in today, Fitch's bullpen has allowed 19. And that was the big difference maker in today's ball game, at least to this point. In softball terms, still a long ways to go. The 1-1 pitch from Sydney Watts downstairs, and that's ball 2. Watts on the 2-1 pitch. Swung on. Taking to the right side of the infield. The throw is going to be offline and a little late to Abby Toll. So it's a leadoff single for Zoe Schmidt. And that's exactly what they needed to get this inning going. Finally having another leadoff hitter on. First time since the third and just their second time today. And as I talked about for Fitch, I mean, they had their leadoff base runner on more often than they have it today. And that just hasn't been the case for Walsh Jesuit. But if they're going to make this comeback, it's hits like that get them going. So now up at the plate, the catcher, Kaylee Shawless, with a runner on and no outs. The pitch from Sydney Watts high and away to lead off the AB. Now the 1-0 delivery, swung on by Scholas, but cannot make contact. I know Watts is a strikeout pitcher all day, but I know you can imagine she's thinking of that double play. Get rid of that base runner out there. Now the pitch. Ooh, taken just outside. That's ball 2. The 2-1 now from Watts. Swung on, and Watts is going to try and catch this one, and she does. Now throw back to first. They don't get the retreating Zoe Schmidt. However, they get the fly out for the first out off of Kaylee Shawless, who's now 0 for 3 on the day. Up to the plate, her counterpart off the mound for today, Michaela McGee, 0 for 2 with a fly out and a strikeout, but she has been very close to sending more than one out of here so far today. Had a foul ball go over the wall and left, and her fly out in the second dropped in just shy of that wall in left field. So Watts is going to have to be careful. A home run threat at the plate as the first pitch called for strike 1 and along the knees. Watts going into the pitch on the 0-1. Swung on and taken out deep to left again, but fouled once more as yet again, Michaela McGee, if she can straighten that ball out, it's out of here. No doubt. She has absolutely crushed these balls so far today, but just hasn't been able to straighten up one enough to actually get it out. So she's down in the count 0-2. And Sydney Watts, yet to get a strikeout here in the 6th inning, would be the first inning she doesn't get one if this trend continues. And now on the 0-2. Called off the plate outside for ball 1. Hogan wanted that strikeout. He was frozen there just trying to hold it in place, waiting for that call to come through. But she doesn't get it behind the plate. Now the 1-2. Swung on, a lightly hit ball out to short. This is caught for out number 2. As Ayla Ray there to make the play once again. And Andrea Mansberry, 1 for 2 on the day, has one of the team's lone 4 hits. As, actually, I believe we are going to have, I don't know. Scabelli's going out there to talk to the home plate umpire from third. So, okay, this will just be a re-entry. Andrea Mansberry will still be at the plate, 1 for 2. She hit one right over the head of Sydney Watts back in the 4th, but then was left stranded on the base paths as all of her teammates were struck out in that 4th inning. So Sydney Watts struck out Mansberry back in the 2nd, issued the hit in the 4th. Now they meet again in the 6th. First pitch swung on and missed. There's no doubt Watts going to be hunting for that strikeout pitch. Hasn't had one in a while. Not since the end of the 5th. As music randomly plays in the ballpark. I mean, no it didn't. 0-1 pitch coming from Watts. And it's just swung on, foul. Out of playable territory and into the grandstands behind us. 0-2. Now at the plate, Andrea Mansberry, the designated player. And now the 0-2 pitch from Watts. Swung on, fouled off again, so Mansberry will stay alive for at least a moment more. And the pitch is swung on again, a pop-up in the infield. And this will be missed just offline by their first baseman, Abby Toth. Overran it just a little bit. And she was running into the sun, might have lost it. So it's still 0-2, and Mansberry will step back in again. As Zoe Schmidt was booking it around the base path. She was closing around third by the time that ball came down. A lot of wheels on the base paths. But in tonight's ball game, Walsh Jesuit has not had back-to-back hits. That trend continued here yet again in this inning. And now this ball goes under the legs of Hogan, and this will be a free bag out there. And now she wants to go for third, but wisely holds back up and retreats to second. First ball we've seen get past Hogan with a runner on today. As the count 1-2. Following that ball in the dirt to Andrea Mansberry. And the pitch. Swung on, taken out to left. And this is caught for the final out on the top of the sixth. And Fitch will come back up to the plate with a chance to end it here on your sports network.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% loved. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
YSN is very important to me because it gives me a platform to talk about what I love and what I have a true passion for in life, and that is sports. The possibilities are just endless, and every day we continue to grow and get better. My name's Scotty Mitcher, and my sports network is your sports network.
Bottom of the sixth inning, and up to the plate will be Sammy Severn for the Fitch Falcons, who need just 2 runs here to put it away. They've had a run in every inning but the first so far, as this will be their first full inning against Natalie Ike if she stays up there for its entirety, as the first pitch she throws taken outside for ball 1 to begin the AB. Severn so far today 1 for 3. And now she hits this one down the line, but it's well foul. And so the count evens back to 1 apiece. Ike in her 2/3 innings pitched has just 1 walk on her line. Collected 2 of the final 3 outs of that 5th inning. So as a team, Fitch with 11 total hits to just 4 for the Warriors. The 1-1 delivery now from Ike. And taken just below the knees. Like a change up out of the hand of Ike. Count is 2-1 now. Ike much more rapid on her delivery than McGee was. McGee had no problem taking her time between pitches. And at times maybe catching the Falcons lineup a little slow at the plate as that ball taken outside. It is 3-1. The leadoff batter has been on base in each of the last 3 innings for Fitch. And now the pitch is in the dirt. So Sammy Severn on to first on a 5-pitch walk as Abby Toth will step up again. 2 for 3 for her. Got a hit in the second, a double in the 5th, but also brought in an RBI in her lone time being out back in the 3rd. As she represents the game-winning run if she can get on base. And now the pitch. Swung on, foul. It's been a great season for this Walsh Jesuit crew. 16-6, and they've compiled some big-time wins throughout the year. Taking down Perry to start the season. They took him on again in the postseason. Took down Menor. Had a tough contest against Chardon earlier this season. Took some tough losses. Beat one of Fitch's biggest rivals 11-0. That was Boardman to open up this playoffs. And really since this playoffs, they have been electrifying to watch. 11-0 victory that game, 9-1 after that. Won 5-3 on their first road game against Riverside. And once they hit neutral site games against Perry, they won 12-2, then beat Hoover 7-3. But here against Fitch, it seems they have met their match. A 1-1 count. This is hit right back up the middle. A flip to second for 1, and 1 will be all they get, as this will go down as a fielder's choice. As Sammy Severn down at second, as Morgan Roby now to the plate. She's 2 for 3 on the day, but her lone error did bring her lone out, which was the result of an error, did bring in 2 runs. So while she doesn't get official credit for the RBIs, she's batted in 3 and came in once herself. So 4 of the team's 9 runs have been off the bat or from her. As the young freshman putting in the work here today. It's a 1-0 count. And once again, the batter at the plate represents the tying run. The 1-0 delivery. This is in the dirt, and off for second goes Toth. And she is in there without a problem. The double play ball eliminated off of that steal. Off the pass ball. And it's a 2-0 count to the freshman Roby. Now the pitch is high. 3-0. And Tina Montgomery awaits on deck. Got on via an error last time, but brought in a run. And this could potentially put a game-winning run on first yet again. They got the game-winning run on in the last, but could not bring her home. As that is in there for a strike, so Ike will make this at-bat go a little bit longer from up on the mound. 1 down already in the inning. As this is simply just to give her squad a shot in the top of the 7th to make the comeback. The 3-1 delivery swung on, shallow center, and Gerard is there to make the catch. And that'll be out number 2. As no advance from Toth, as that was too shallow into center. Ellen Gerard had a good throw back. So up to the plate. Actually, they will take Tina Montgomery out, and Maddie Butis will step back in once more. So after being pinch hit for in the Fish, she returns after being struck out in her 2 prior at-bats. First time playing Ike today, and she delivers. This is hit out into right center field. This will score 1. So Fitch leads by 1 more as they are 4 outs away, basically. We'll just say it, 4 outs away from going to states. And what a time for your first hit if you're Maddie Biotis. And so back to the top of the lineup, it's Ayla Ray. She's been struck out and hit by a pitch in each of her last 2 at-bats. But needs to deliver a big one here. The first pitch taken outside for ball 1. Ayla Ray began the ball game, or began the bottom of the first, I should say, with a big shot into left center field. She was left stranded. Count is 1-0 from Natalie Ike. She gives up her first run off the mound. Now the pitch to Ray. Swung on, going out to center. Back to the wall. This is down and will hop over the wall. So this will be a ground rule double, so they will have to send the runner back to third. So they will have runners on second and third thanks to the ground rule double. That run does not count. So the winning run does stand on third, however, in Maddie Biotis. It does, however, count as a hit, their 13th of the day, as Caitlin Mitchell 2 for 4 now to the plate with a chance to win if she can just get a base hit. And so the pitch from Mike is taken high for ball 1 to begin the at-bat. Ike today has put the ball in play every time. She sent it on the line each time as well, sending 1 to center, 1 to left, 1 to short, and then she sent a ground ball that rolled out into left her last time up there. Could use another one of those to close out the ball game. The pitch is in there for strike 1, and the count evens. The 1-1 pitch taken for ball 2. And not a player you want to walk. Sydney Watts stands on deck for the Fitch Falcons. So if you're going to attack up on the mound, this is the player you got to do it. Still a phenomenal one, 472 hitter. But Cindy Watts has already sent one over the wall today. I don't think you want to test it. And this is going to be sent into right field. And with that, Fitch is going to be sent to the state semifinals. Ayla Ray comes in to score. And with that, Austintown Fitch wins here in the bottom of the 6th. The swing of the bat from Caitlin Mitchell as she collects her 3rd RBI of the ball game. And Austintown Fitch has won. Maddie Biotis and Ayla Ray both coming in. Ayla Ray's official score does not count. But Sydney Watts handed the win here as we have a run rule victory in 6 innings from Youngstown State University. Player of the game today, I'm going to give this one out to Morgan Roby. I know Sydney Watts was excellent off the mound, but Morgan Roby helped bring in 4 of the team's 11 runs today, more than any other player. And for that efforts, I'm giving her player of the game as the loss goes to Michaela McGee off the mound. The win to Sydney Watts. Final scoreline today, Walsh Jesuit, 1 run on 4 hits and 3 errors, and Fitch, 11 runs on 14 hits, no errors. And with that, Austintown, we'll see you in Akron. Alec Cabrera signing off on YSNLive.com. Regional champions, Austintown Fitch.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of your sports network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.